Welcome to today's Vibrant Explainer. We're going to break down a truly crucial concept today, sustainable development. We're taking a real deep dive into our global footprint to make this whole fascinating topic completely understandable from top to bottom for all of you. So let's get started.
Right, so here is our roadmap for the class. First up, we've got resources. Second, sustainable development itself. Third, the three pillars. Fourth, the rules. And finally, our duty.
Okay, diving into Section 1, resources.
Now think about this for a second. From the days of hunters and gatherers, right up to our highly industrialized society today, we have an absolute, literally zero exception dependency on nature for every single raw material we use. But I want you to just stop and reflect on your own daily consumption habits. Look around you. Are these resources actually going to last forever?
To answer that, we really have to understand the core difference in the resources we rely on every single day. On one side, you've got renewable resources. Think solar energy or wind power, which, replenish endlessly. They're not going anywhere. But on the other side, non-renewable resources like coal or petroleum, these take thousands, sometimes millions of years to form. And the scary part, once they're consumed, they are gone forever.
Just think about something that's probably sitting right in front of you right now. A simple paper notebook. We don't often think about it, but that paper comes directly from cutting down forests. Our constant, rapid expansion means we're actively depleting our natural wealth, day in and day out, just to fuel these secondary industries. And hey, this problem extends right down to what we eat and drink. Every single time we grab a bottle of water or tear open a packet of chips, we're creating plastic waste that simply never degrades. No way around it. It sits there, it clogs our drains, it poisons the earth, and it completely ruins our environment. Moving on to Section 2, Sustainable Development. So, how do we fix this? Well, we can actually trace the origin of a real long-term solution back to 1987. That was the year a massive landmark report titled Our Common Future was published. And man, did it spark an urgent global conversation about the rapidly declining health of our planet. And we absolutely have to highlight the visionary leader behind this whole movement, Gro Harlem Brundtland, the former Prime Minister of Norway. She chaired the commission and was the very first person to formally define this incredibly vital concept for the rest of the world. And honestly, her exact definition is just incredibly important. She defines sustainable development as meeting present needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Simply put, it's all about using what we need right now while perfectly preserving our natural wealth for everyone who comes after us. Let's look at Section 3, the three pillars. For this concept to actually work, true progress requires three distinct things operating in perfect harmony. We're talking about economic development, social equity, and environmental protection. You see, wealth, social justice, and a totally pollution-free world absolutely must exist together. You can't just have one without the others. Looking a little closer at that first pillar, economic development, well, it isn't just about accumulating a ton of money or, boosting the GDP. It genuinely means seeing a rising per capita income, yes, but alongside universal access to pure air, clean drinking water, and excellent health. And for the social pillar, equality, social justice, and empathy are absolutely mandatory. Think about it. If a society has massive wealth, but huge, glaring inequalities, and absolutely no empathy for the vulnerable, well, that societal structure simply cannot be sustained in the long run. All right, Section 4, rules. So how do we actually pull this off and achieve this balance? Well, step 1 is population control. Step 2 is waste management. And step 3 is optimal resource use. Notice how each and every one of these directly counters the severe environmental pressures we were just talking about earlier. Let's consider that first rule through the lens of what we call the land squeeze. When you have completely unchecked population growth, the actual physical land area stays exactly the same, right? But the demand? It absolutely skyrockets. And this just destroys nature as we furiously build more and more concrete houses just to fit everyone in. Next up is what I like to call the golden rule for renewable resources, recharging limits. It's simple, really. Our usage rate must never, ever exceed nature's ability to regenerate or recharge that specific resource. If we're pumping out groundwater way faster than the rain can replenish it, it's going to disappear, for sure. And then, of course, there's waste management.
The Earth's capacity to absorb our garbage is strictly limited. It's not a bottomless pit. So having efficient, smart waste management is a completely non-negotiable requirement if we want to maintain a healthy ecosystem.
The final rule centers entirely on technology and efficiency. Basically, we need to really focus on doing more with less. That means using cutting-edge technology to extract the absolute maximum utility from minimal resources. A great example? Extending our highly limited bauxite supply by processing it into aluminum much more efficiently.
And finally, Section 5, our duty. As we wrap up this class, I really want to pose a critical, maybe even slightly uncomfortable question to you. What exactly are we leaving for our future generations? We have to seriously evaluate whether we are building a heavily polluted, toxic world with zero resources left, or are we contributing to a beautiful, thriving ecosystem where future generations can actually prosper? Thank you so much for joining this colorful explainer today. I really hope this deep dive leaves you energized and super eager to apply these insights to your own daily environmental footprint. Because ultimately, the choice of what kind of planet we leave behind is entirely in our hands today. So what legacy will you choose? Keep learning, and I'll see you next time.